I think in a lot of ways we did. I think you can look at a lot of things. Okay, 44 bench points. Dom Ewell, Cordell Pencil, 11 assists, 2 turns. I mean, there's so many things. Our shooting percentage, our ball movement was better. It's the reason why you make 50%. If you move the ball, you're shooting more open shots. I thought we recognized switching, got the ball inside, got into the bonus early. And I was just really impressed with, we ran a little bit better, I thought. And, I think in a lot of ways, I have a lot of respect for this team, for this program, for Thad, and, for us to, defend the way we did and for us to execute the way we did, I think is a big step for our program.
You look at Brady, the way he was able to shoot and with the confidence, and even when he missed one, came right back and hit another one. That seems to be big for you guys.
Well, I think that's who he is, and we have consistently tried to get him to be more aggressive offensively. The thing about him is he's a very efficient person, in terms of everything that he does. So if he's curl cutting, if he's running the floor, defensively, he's always in the right place. He's always talking. And if he's not open, he's not going to shoot the ball. He's going to move it on because he knows we need to move the ball side to side. So he really, I think, made a concerted effort tonight, starting with the first one he made. He came right off, bang, and kind of set the tone that that's what he was going to do tonight. And I would like to see him be like that on a regular basis. Just be aggressive and look for a shot. It's okay if you miss a couple, but keep attacking.
Coach, early in the second half, I think it was an 8-9 point game, Kriener twice dug out offensive rebounds that led to Brady threes. I mean, those are little plays that, that a winning team has to have.
And he consistently does that. His activity level for a big guy, you forget just how long he is. There was a play in the second half where he didn't get out to the corner. Williams hits a 3. I can't remember if it was Williams or Loving. Then they swung it back again the next day, went back to it, and he was there. So, you want to see guys figure it out on the fly, okay? Yeah, I know I should have been there. I didn't get there, and they made it. Okay, the next time, I won't let that happen. He didn't need me to say anything, any coach to say anything. He figured out. They have to fail a little bit sometimes to figure out what we're telling them, and I think that's what you saw. You saw incredible activity level by him. Tyler Cook struggled a little bit in the first half, was great in the second half. Really wanted the ball, and we got him the ball. And so, you're trying to scheme your defense. We've got all these different people scoring. Makes it difficult, and that's what you want. But it only works if you're moving the ball and you're sharing the ball, and you put the team first, and that's what this group does.
When you win a game like this without your star player, what can that do for the confidence of all the other players?
Well, I think, it's sort of immeasurable. You look at even Isaiah Moss, he gets 2 quick ones. So Brady's outstanding. Well, he was great in the second half. Isaiah was. And what you're seeing, or I should say what you saw, was just a lot more aggressiveness from other people. And that's what I want them to be. I want them to be aggressive.
Yeah, these freshmen, it strikes me that there's no lack of confidence and there's not much hesitation from these guys. Is this unusual from a freshman group, and is this something you recruit?
Well, I do think it is unusual for a group of freshmen. I think that's a fair statement. We've all seen freshmen that sort of make that seamless transition from high school to college, just do the same things that they did when they were in high school. Shoot the ball late, I want the ball, I want to make the free throws. But to have a group that collectively is that way, I think is special. And I would like to think that we recruit that kind of person. I mean, we try to make that part of the evaluation process, and obviously this is a different level, it's a different world. But have they shown the ability to make big shots late? Well, some of you guys in this room have watched Bohannon. He's been doing that for a long time, so you're not surprised by that. Tyler Cook's team won the state championship. He's done that. You know, Creener, he did it in AAU, he did it for his high school team, they went to him. I mean, go right on down the line. Cordell did the same thing, they won a state championship, then they lost in the final. And he played extremely well in those games. And, you know, you go to Des Moines as a high school player in this state, it's a different world than the regular season game. So, you know, all those guys have done it. You know, Isaiah Moss, you know, played for Simeon. You know, that's what they're used to. So we do try to recruit that, but you can't always get it right.
What prompted your decision ultimately to sit Peter tonight?
I think it was really more the medical personnel. I mean, like I said to you yesterday, it wasn't my decision. It's not my decision to play him. It's not my decision not to play him. You know, it's the medical staff saying, look, let's shut him down. Pete was good with it. I think he feels better about it, and I'm going to support Pete, and I'm going to support my medical staff.
How long do you think he could be back soon, or do you want to let him sit for a little while?
I really honestly think we have to go day by day with it. I think the plan is that it will go for a little while, but it's really going to be a function of how much progress does he make.
How do you sustain? Oh, I'm sorry, Coach.
That's all right, okay.
How do you sustain what you saw from the guys tonight? It felt like they were a little looser, like weren't thinking as hard about everything they were doing. And when he,
I think that's a good
back.
point. We try to get them to have fun, you know, and it could be very businesslike when you get into conference play and you're dealing with scouting reports and you're dealing with the road, and there's a lot of stress, you know, because you got a group of kids that want to do what you ask them to do. And none of those guys are fighting us. They want to be successful. They want to make the right decision. They want to be a good teammate. And sometimes it doesn't come together. We've had a couple of those games on the road where it didn't come together. And so that creates stress. And then you forget to enjoy while you're here. I mean, a lot of high school players would love to play in this type of atmosphere, in this league, on national TV on a regular basis. And so what we try to do was get them to say, hey, guys, this has to be fun. I mean, yeah, it's work. Yeah, you know, we're gonna grind, but go have fun. And I thought the crowd was spectacular tonight, and really helped our energy level, you know, throughout the game. And I think you're right, and hopefully that will continue. Now the key for that is, you know, how do you do it on the road? You know, that's the next step for our team.
When you look at what Creener's been able to do, and almost the dangers of trying to predict trajectory of players, that when you have so many young players and some of them are better early and then other ones take just a little bit more time to develop, but then here you are at midway through the Big Ten season and you got a guy 14-7, this is only one shot. You know, what does that speak for your patience and your able to let him kind of play it out?
I think it speaks more to his character than it does my patience, because, you know, in all honesty, he should have been playing earlier. He was just behind some guys that I felt I needed to get them going. And a lot of guys, you know, they don't handle that well. You know, they shut down, I want to transfer, coach is crazy. He just kept coming after it every day, and he made me play him. And I think, you know, I hope he's as proud of himself as I am of him for doing that. So you watch him play. I mean, he doesn't make many mistakes, and he's also having fun out there. And you know, so it's a great feeling, you know, for a coach.
Coach, Pete was very engaged in that game, encouraging his teammates during timeouts and on the bench. Is that a sign of the leadership skills he's developed in his time in the program?
Well, you know, he promised me that he would do that, and it's not only what he did, you know, because some guys will do it when everybody's watching. You know, he did it yesterday when nobody was watching, and he did it in the locker room when there's nobody there. So I think that's a good sign, and I'm really proud of him there.
Do you like what you got when putting Nicholas and Ahmad in the starting lineup? Did you?
Yeah, I thought those guys were terrific. But, you know, we kind of have that team where, you know, we're just going to keep juggling. I mean, a lot of guys are producing, and they're giving us energy and effort, and they're executing. I mean, I think, you saw a team tonight that didn't make a ton of mistakes. I mean, I really only got upset one time. That was when we fouled 80 feet from the basket. And that's a hard because they're just battling. But we don't need a clock stop and they score points. If they're gonna score points, we need the clock to keep going and they have to score over somebody. So that's a teaching moment.
One more question?